In the evolving landscape of masculinity, the concept of the Sigma male has emerged as a compelling archetype, one who thrives on independence, self-sufficiency, and a distinct rejection of societal norms. While many may aspire to embody this enigmatic persona, the reality is that not everyone can truly claim the title of Sigma male. If you find yourself frequently seeking validation from others, constantly adjusting your behaviors to fit in, or relying heavily on social circles for your sense of self-worth, it's time to face the facts. You're likely not a Sigma male. The true Sigma is characterized by a fierce autonomy, often preferring solitude and self-reflection over the noisy distractions of the crowd. Those who gravitate towards traditional hierarchies or feel uncomfortable without the approval of peers clearly fall outside this exclusive club. While the world often glorifies the extroverted alpha male, the Sigma stands apart, choosing a path of quiet confidence and unwavering self-reliance. So, if you're caught up in the chaos of social validation, it's a clear indicator that the Sigma mindset has eluded you, revealing that perhaps you're still navigating the crowded avenues of conventional masculinity. Are you feeling like just a roommate in your own home? At the Dominance Academy, they help men boost passion, reclaim respect, and restore their power in relationships. Step into your strength and transform your intimate life. Join the Dominance Academy, where Sigma men rediscover leadership and connection. Go to the link in the description. Number 1. You feel superior to others simply because you identify as a Sigma. This perception of superiority is a misunderstanding of what it truly means to embody Sigma traits. Real Sigma men do not see themselves as better than anyone else. Instead, they focus on their own paths while allowing others the freedom to pursue theirs. The essence of being a Sigma is rooted in self-assurance, not in seeking validation through comparison or ego. If you find yourself using the Sigma label as a means to elevate your status over others, you're missing the core principle of true Sigma energy. Authentic Sigma individuals exude confidence without the need for external affirmation. They operate quietly, letting their actions and values speak volumes about their character, rather than boasting about their uniqueness. This humility fosters genuine respect, regardless of someone's status or position. Sigma men understand that their worth isn't contingent on looking down on others. If you're constantly asserting your Sigma status to feel superior, it might be time for self-reflection. Embracing your individuality doesn't require belittling those around you. It flourishes in respect for oneself and others alike. Number 2. You break the rules without reason or merely to show off. While some may find thrill in bending the rules to appear rebellious or daring, true Sigma men approach rules with a different mindset. They recognize that rules exist for a purpose, often designed to ensure fairness and safety for all. A genuine Sigma will only challenge or break a rule when he believes it is unjust or unnecessary, not for the sake of drawing attention to himself. If he finds a regulation flawed, he addresses it thoughtfully and quietly rather than making a spectacle out of his actions. Being a true rebel isn't about flaunting your disregard for rules, but rather understanding when it's necessary to advocate for change. Sigma men appreciate the structure that rules provide but are unafraid to voice their opinions when they perceive injustice. If your rule breaking is driven by a desire to look cool or attract attention, you're likely misinterpreting the Sigma mindset. Real strength lies in the ability to question and seek progress, not in the need to defy authority without purpose. Sigma men focus on meaningful change rather than empty acts of defiance. Number 3. You want everyone to know you're different. Does the thought of people overlooking your uniqueness bother you? If you find yourself constantly trying to prove your individuality, you might not be embodying the true Sigma spirit. Authentic Sigma individuals let their actions reflect their distinctiveness without the need for verbal confirmation. They don't feel the urge to declare their difference, rather, they exist in their authenticity, like a lion that doesn't roar to assert its status as king of the jungle. Those who genuinely embody Sigma traits focus on being true to themselves, regardless of whether or not others recognize their uniqueness. It's not about boasting or seeking attention, it's about quietly standing apart through personal conviction and authenticity. If you're always trying to show how special you are, it may be worth reconsidering your approach. True differentiation comes from living in alignment with your values and passions rather than demanding recognition from others. If people notice your individuality, that's wonderful. If they don't, it's equally fine. Ultimately, being a Sigma is about self-acceptance and integrity, not the pursuit of external validation. Number 4. You try too hard to fit in with the Sigma stereotype. If you find yourself acting in ways you believe align with Sigma behavior, you may be missing the point entirely. True Sigma men are not defined by rigid stereotypes or external expectations. They are genuine individuals who express themselves authentically without concern for conforming to a specific image. If you're constantly evaluating your actions to see if they fit the Sigma mold, it might be time to reassess. Real Sigmas don't act according to a script, they simply exist as themselves, embodying their unique traits without feeling the pressure to conform. The essence of being a Sigma is about embracing who you are and allowing your individuality to shine through organically. This involves letting go of the need to impress others or meet predefined notions of what a Sigma should be. Instead, focus on being true to your instincts and desires. The journey to authenticity is what defines a real Sigma, not the imitation of perceived behaviors. By shedding the urge to fit into a box, you'll discover the freedom to express yourself genuinely. Number 5. You feel misunderstood by others and blame them for not getting you. It's common for Sigma men to feel like outsiders, but continually blaming others for not understanding you is not reflective of the true Sigma mindset. Authentic Sigmas recognize that not everyone will grasp their perspectives or ways of thinking, and they accept this reality without resentment. Instead of allowing feelings of misunderstanding to dictate their emotional state, they focus on self-awareness and understanding their own unique paths. A true Sigma isn't driven by a desire to force others to comprehend their viewpoint. Rather, they find comfort in being secure in their identity, regardless of external perceptions. While some may seek validation through the approval of others, real Sigmas understand that their worth is independent of others' understanding. Unlike alphas, who may attempt to dominate conversations to be understood, a Sigma embraces the notion that their individuality is inherently valuable, even if it goes unrecognized. If you often find yourself blaming others for not grasping your essence, it may be a sign to cultivate deeper self-acceptance and release the need for external validation. Number 6. You constantly need to prove yourself. The urge to showcase your intelligence or capabilities often stems from a sense of inadequacy, and true Sigma men do not need to engage in such displays. They are comfortable in their knowledge and abilities, recognizing that intelligence isn't a competition but a means of understanding and connection. If you find yourself regularly needing to prove your worth or achievements, it's akin to attempting to fill a leaky bucket. No matter how much you pour in, it never feels sufficient. Sigma men let their actions convey their competence, operating with quiet confidence rather than a need for constant validation. They understand that the value of knowledge lies in its application and the impact it has on others, not in flaunting it as a trophy. If you feel compelled to dominate conversations with your accomplishments, it's worth examining whether you're genuinely sharing insights or seeking acknowledgement. Embracing the essence of a Sigma means appreciating the power of subtle confidence over the loud clamor of self-promotion. It's about recognizing the strength in knowing without needing to prove. Number 7. You pay too much attention to what others are doing. If you find yourself consistently measuring your worth against that of others, you may be straying from the Sigma path. True Sigma men derive their strength from within, not from competing with those around them. While a sense of friendly competition can be healthy, becoming overly focused on the accomplishments of others can lead to a distorted sense of self. When you constantly compare yourself to others, you risk becoming a spectator in your own life rather than an active participant in your journey. The Sigma mindset encourages individuals to shape their own destinies based on personal goals and aspirations, free from the influence of external expectations. When you fixate on others, you hand over control of your narrative, limiting your growth and progress. Sigma men prioritize their unique paths and recognize that true fulfillment comes from self-discovery rather than from outshining peers. If you find yourself obsessively tracking others' achievements, it's time to refocus your energy on your own journey and embrace the freedom of being authentic without comparison. Number 8, you can't handle being alone. If the thought of solitude fills you with anxiety, you might be missing the essence of what it means to be a Sigma. True Sigma men find solace in their own company, using that time to reflect, recharge, and explore their thoughts and passions without distractions. They don't fear the quiet, they embrace it as a valuable opportunity for introspection. If you find yourself clinging to the presence of others as a source of comfort, it may be time to reassess your self-perception. Sigma men understand that solitude is not loneliness, it's a chance for personal growth and clarity. When faced with pivotal moments in life, they turn to their own thoughts for guidance rather than relying on external voices for validation. If you struggle with silence and find yourself needing constant external stimulation, you may need to reconsider your identity as a Sigma. Being a Sigma doesn't imply an aversion to social connections. Rather, it's about being self-sufficient and content with oneself, finding fulfillment from within rather than from others. Number 9, you refuse to admit when you're wrong. Holding steadfastly to your beliefs, even in the face of evidence to the contrary, can reflect a deep-seated insecurity rather than true strength. Sigma men embody adaptability and wisdom, recognizing the value of acknowledging mistakes and evolving from them. When engaged in debates or discussions, refusing to concede when proven wrong is not a sign of strength, it's a manifestation of stubbornness. True Sigma individuals understand that admitting fault is not a weakness but an opportunity for growth. They view criticism and correction as valuable feedback that can help refine their perspectives and approaches. If your ego prevents you from accepting when you've erred, you risk trapping yourself in a self-imposed prison of pride. Instead, embracing vulnerability and the ability to say "I messed up" demonstrates true strength and wisdom. Sigma men are not afraid to reassess their positions when presented with new information, embodying the essence of personal evolution and flexibility. Acknowledging mistakes allows them to navigate life's challenges with a clear perspective and a willingness to learn. Number 10, you talk down to others and belittle them for not thinking like you do. This behavior reflects a deep insecurity rather than true Sigma confidence. While it may feel gratifying to assert your intellectual superiority, belittling others only reveals a lack of genuine understanding and humility. Real Sigma men are secure in their knowledge and recognize the richness that diverse perspectives bring to conversations. Instead of talking down to others, they appreciate the value in differing viewpoints, understanding that a variety of thoughts enhances collective understanding. Engaging in discourse should be about sharing ideas and learning from one another, not asserting dominance or superiority. If you find yourself resorting to insults or condescension to feel validated, it may stem from an underlying fear of inadequacy. True strength lies in acknowledging your imperfections and embracing the opportunity to learn from others rather than magnifying their flaws. A Sigma man recognizes that intelligence is not a competition but a collaborative pursuit of knowledge and understanding. The essence of being a Sigma involves fostering an environment of respect and encouragement, valuing contributions from all individuals rather than diminishing them. Number 11. You can't handle criticism. If every piece of feedback feels like a personal attack, it signals a significant disconnect from the Sigma mindset. True Sigma individuals embrace the idea of being a work in progress, viewing criticism as a chance to refine themselves rather than a threat to their identity. When faced with constructive feedback, a genuine Sigma doesn't lash out. Instead, he reflects on the insights offered. This openness to growth is a hallmark of Sigma men, who recognize that criticism can be an invaluable tool for development. Instead of bristling at the suggestions of others, they appreciate the opportunity to learn and evolve. If your instinct is to react defensively when someone critiques your actions or ideas, it's time to reassess your approach. Learning to handle criticism gracefully is like lifting weights for the mind. It strengthens your resilience and adaptability. By embracing these uncomfortable moments, you become better equipped to navigate life's challenges and emerge stronger. A Sigma man understands that true strength lies in the ability to listen, adapt, and grow from the experiences life offers, rather than being anchored by the fear of being wrong or judged. Number 12. You care too much about how others perceive you. While it's natural to desire respect and recognition, an excessive preoccupation with others' opinions can hinder your authenticity. True Sigma men do not seek validation from external sources. Instead, they derive their worth from an internal compass that aligns with their values and beliefs. If you find yourself constantly adjusting your behavior to gain approval or applause, you may be straying from the Sigma path. Living for the approval of others can trap you in a cycle of inauthenticity, turning your life into a performance rather than an expression of your true self. Real Sigmas understand that genuine respect comes from being honest and true to oneself, even if it means standing alone at times. This independence from external validation allows them to cultivate a sense of self-respect that is unshakable. When you prioritize your true self over the need for approval, you free yourself from the confines of others' expectations. The Sigma journey is about embracing who you are, measuring your worth by your own standards, and finding fulfillment in being authentic, rather than conforming to the opinions of those around you. Number 13. You frequently feel the need to compete. If you find yourself constantly measuring your success against that of others, it's a sign that you might be missing the essence of what it means to be a Sigma. True Sigma men recognize that life is not a race but a personal journey defined by individual goals and aspirations. They don't derive their sense of fulfillment from outshining peers or engaging in unhealthy competition. Rather, they focus on their own path and growth. A Sigma man understands that everyone has their unique strengths and timelines, so comparing oneself to others can lead to unnecessary stress and self-doubt. Instead of seeing life as a competition, real Sigmas celebrate the achievements of others while remaining focused on their own progress. This perspective allows them to cultivate a sense of camaraderie and mutual support rather than rivalry. If you find yourself fixated on being the best or proving your worth against others, it might be beneficial to shift your mindset towards self-improvement. By concentrating on your unique journey and personal growth, you can find a deeper sense of satisfaction and fulfillment that transcends competition. Number 14. You avoid taking risks. If the thought of stepping outside your comfort zone makes you anxious, you may not be fully embodying the Sigma spirit. True Sigma men embrace the unknown and understand that growth often comes from taking calculated risks. They recognize that life is full of uncertainties and that avoiding challenges can limit their potential. Real Sigmas are not reckless. Instead, they assess situations thoughtfully and are willing to step into discomfort when the rewards are worthwhile. If you consistently choose the safe route, you might be missing out on valuable experiences and opportunities for growth. Sigma men understand that failure is a part of the learning process, and they don't let fear dictate their decisions. They see risk-taking as an essential element of personal development and exploration. If you find yourself hesitant to embrace new challenges or opportunities, consider reframing your perspective. Stepping outside your comfort zone can lead to new discoveries about yourself and your capabilities. The Sigma journey is about embracing life's unpredictability and using it as a catalyst for growth and transformation. Number 15. You prioritize appearances over substance. If you find yourself more concerned with how things look on the outside than with their intrinsic value, you might not be aligning with the Sigma mindset. True Sigma individuals value authenticity and depth over superficiality. They understand that real worth comes from substance, character, and genuine connections, rather than merely projecting an appealing facade. If you're caught up in maintaining an image or impressing others, you may be neglecting the core principles that define a true Sigma. Authenticity requires vulnerability and a willingness to show your true self, flaws and all. Sigma men prioritize meaningful relationships and interactions, focusing on depth rather than surface-level impressions. If your actions are motivated by a desire for external validation rather than personal fulfillment, it's time to reflect. True strength lies in embracing your true self and engaging with the world from a place of authenticity. By shifting your focus from appearances to substance, you cultivate a richer, more fulfilling existence that resonates with your true values and aspirations. Thank you for your attention. You can now become a member of the channel by clicking the join button under this video.